Okay, so we'll move on to the arms next. Unsubdivide the meshes, then we can see them as they are, and we'll start on this side. Zoom in. So if you just remember, if you want to zoom in and out, you can just use that Alt and right click like so. Get really used to the left, middle and right click movement. That'll be something that you might struggle with at the start. Turn off soft selection like so. Hit Z and we'll just come off that shoulder once you can see it's reflecting on both sides. And we'll just do that one, because now what we want to do is go to point mode A and then just tweak this by holding down Control and then left mouse button. That's tweak with a single point like that. And then make this section here, 1 needs to match here, and 2 it needs to be cylindrical to form the arm. Okay, then back to D for face mode, and then we're going to do one extrude right out to the center like so, one extrude and then scale it up to that arm, and then one extrude and scale it down. We can do one more, hit Z, one more extrude, and that's just for the ready for the wrist. Okay, so let's have a look at that just as it stands. Straight away we've got the bulk of that arm looking okay. Muscles not really well defined, but at least the shape's fine. We'll cut in using Shift and X a few more rings like so, and we'll probably leave that as it is for now. We won't put any more definition in it than that. What we will do now is we'll take this one, scale it left and right like so. What we're making here now is the hand. And scale it up that way. Now we're lucky with this model, really, or I say lucky, it was planned. We're lucky that it's only got 2 fingers, and the reason we say that is because normally if it's got 4 standard fingers like a standard human, we'd have to have 4 shapes to extrude from here. We've got 2 at the moment, which would mean cutting the mesh a lot finer, and I don't particularly want to do that at the moment. So to do a basic finger, I'm not going to do the fingers yet, I'm just going to do the basic shapes. I'm going to extrude once out like so, but then scale that down and move it up. So scale is E, and then hit W for move, and we're there. So that's given me 2 extrudes ready to do the fingers. And then fingers, we can do them both together. We can actually do it from this side. If we just do 1 extrude, 2 extrudes, rotate them slightly, so R, and then rotate, and 3, like so. In fact, we'll do one more, and then just with holding down Shift, roll the mouse forward, that just smooths off that end like that. That's the core of the fingers done, and then the same out down the side with an extrude, which will become the thumb. Doing exactly the same. Like so. We can run a split. I selected that face there, run a split all the way down there. And then we're going to tweak this thumb right back because it was way too big. I'm going to use the smooth, there we go. So using that select across everything like so. Let's just tighten that hand up a little bit for now. I'll just do one across the fingers. No, we won't. It's tightened it too much. So we're going to have to do that manually one by one for now. And that will change later. All I've done so far is given us the shape that we will want. You can see there that's given us the two arms. And if I just quickly smooth it, it's not a million miles off the shape. The thumb is way too big still. We can just adjust that as time goes on. It's very hard to leave something like that. You want to just get it done. But I will leave it, and we'll go back to the next portion, which is the legs. Now these are a little bit more complicated because you've actually got to turn geometry in on itself. I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. So first of all, we'll make sure that we've got the shape that we want to come off. So this is the center, and we're going to use this here. Well, this is just go here. So we're looking at there for where the top of the leg is, the bottom of the leg is, sorry, up to there. So we'll make the shape like so, and we'll tighten this in a bit, and that still gives us the underside of the body, no problem. And then round the back and round to where the tail is. So we're going to extrude off these three faces here. Actually, if you look here, it's not enough. So what I'm going to do is carry on and go up, round like so, and see how we feel about that. And that's not quite still enough, but we'll probably get away with that, I would have thought, with pulling the back out later. So all I'm going to do is just do one extrude, just check it from the front, and then rotate it straight away. You'll see why in a moment there. So to get it, pinches it at the front, which isn't ideal, but it gives us the right sort of shape. And then I'm going to scale it right up like so, and then I'll go in and tweak this out. And we're going to have to smooth inside that thigh line there quite a lot in a moment, because it's not matching the reference where we need it to. There we go, if we just match that in. Come back and do that. Okay. Let's just rotate it how it should be. So if we rotate it, let's get it all together. Rotate it forward. This model's actually, it's a little bit difficult because of the style of leg. Oops. I'm working on the back of the leg, that's why. That's why it's not working. Let's go back. So I've selected that bottom again. Or I will have in a moment. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go, that's right now. That was my fault, so I was working on the wrong side of the leg. And then carry on extruding down and scaling down. So using Z to extrude, scale it down, match it to where we want it, and do one more. Scale it down. And then we have to do what I was saying, is it's a complex mesh because we have to now turn that in to get this back leg here. And what happens is we'll end up with mesh inside itself here. So what I might do is make the shape of the leg first, and then come back and tweak it so it's inside, it's crushed inside itself. So just watch what I do with the knee. So do one, extrude, and bring it down. Another one, and bring it round and back. Always be watching from all of the views. I understand that, you know, understand that it's not going to be quite right matching the reference, but you're just getting the geometry in the right place at the moment. Extrude right back. Same again, rotate round and down. Rotate round and down. Oops, that's me going too far. And down. And one more. And that'll just take us to where we want to be, which is just above. One more. There. Okay. So you can see now we've got the shape right, but the geometry is all over the place. So just to make this easier, I'll go to display. And we'll use the flat shade mode. I can see what sort of damage we've done all the way around here. So now I'm going to very slowly go in with holding control, one point at a time, one vertex as they're called at a time, and we'll just clean up all of that mess we made in terms of how nasty the geometry is. So you're just looking for nice, clean, flowing edges. And by that I mean that they're all nicely in line, and then eventually we'll match that to the reference image. This is tweaking to the max really. So if you see a bit of a mess like that, you can just select it all, and using that roll forward that I taught you, that will help you clean things up. So I'll put another split in there, put too many then. One split in there. I'm just going to do a quick incremental save. I'll put another split through the knee and a split through the knee. Another one there and one there. And then using the good old smooth, let's tighten up all of that knee. And that should clean it up nicely in a moment. So we've got good flow all the way down the leg. It's not quite right at the knee. All I'm doing here is just selecting and smoothing. Select and smooth. If I need, there's no area, actually there's no soft selection on, so I'll put that back on. And that'll give us even tighter. Now it's going to be going well away from the reference now, but you'll see that that will work just fine in a moment when everything's in place, because we've tightened it up so well. Right, now we're going to tweak with soft selection on. We can go back to our where are we? Ghosted shade mode, and we'll just now go back using W for move. You've got your soft selection on, and let's just put it where it should be in terms of matching the reference. The geometry is fairly good, fairly correct, because we've checked it. I'm going to move that inside itself, which is the problem we couldn't do at first. That's sorted now. And then down onto the leg. There we go. So basically the femur's correct, going into the patella, and the knee is all correct, going back over the calf muscle, and then this is actually the foot on. This is like, almost like a dog or a horse's hind leg. So you've got this becomes the foot area, which goes into then the toes, which is a hoof in this case. And then from the front we'll just adjust it like this. So you can select through the mesh. It's really good mode to have it in, so you can see exactly what you want to be doing. There we go, and as you can see, it's not a million miles off already. Adjust that area of effect right down. This might be one of the most difficult parts of this project, because one, if you're very new to modelling, you're learning all these tools on the fly, or I'm trying to teach you the tools as we go along, but this would normally take a lot of practice, so these legs are not easy legs to do. So it'd be great, it'd be good in one way because it gets you straight in at the deep end, and you're doing quite a complex model. I'm going to put a split through this thigh actually. Just getting those correct, and then I'll just go back to edge mode, S, so I know I'm in the right mode, and then put a split through there and a split through there. Good. So that looks fine. Right, we're almost there for the main limbs, and then all we need to do now is just get the bottom of the mesh flat again, because we messed it up a little bit, because this is going to be for the hoof. Just bring that round at the front, we'll bring this one round at the side, trying to make sort of what will become a foot shape or a hoof shape. We won't worry about the indent of the hoof at the moment. Let's turn that selection off. And what we'll do is we'll go Z for once for extrude, bring it down and scale it in. Z again, down and scale it up, but push it forward. Z again, down, E, scale it up. I'm going to use E and scale it that way so it flattens it for me, which will help. Z again, extrude again, down, and one more to the ground, like so. If you look at it from the front, slightly off at the side, so we'll go select there, soft selection back on, and we'll just drag it sideways, like so. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So we've almost completed the full body shape already in terms of the basic shapes. Let's just have a quick look around it and we'll see what we've got. Display, and we'll go fast shade. There we go. This will do for now. Okay, so you got the head not attached to the body yet, the body, 2 arms, 2 legs, a couple of fingers, basic shapes. We'll just hit C and have a look at it smooth, and it's looking quite strong already in less than an hour. So if you can get to that level, then you've learned a lot of the basics already. What you will be looking for, and certainly in the next section, we're going to look at things like loss of volume. So if you look under here, that looks pinched and wrong. The knee looks the wrong shape. Lots of issues with the leg, but that's refining really. What we've done is we've built underlying geometry, and what you will notice is this is 100% quads. It's 100% 1, 2, 3, 4-sided polygons, and the idea is that we end up the entire project with 100% quads. We don't want anything that's more than 4, and we can use less than 4 if we absolutely need to, but it's advisable not to. If we can get into the habit of modelling with all quads, it's a much better thing for you as a modeler going forward. Okay, so that's the end of session 2.